My name is Jacob Boyd, and I will be presenting to you guys today, day 3 of San Jose Sharks training camp. This was the final day of camp before the Sharks get started tomorrow at SAP Center for the first preseason game against the Las Vegas Golden Knights at 5 p.m. But on today's agenda, I'll be going over Group A, who did well, who didn't, and go over any injury updates for you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and prop up who's going to be, in this Group A so that you guys understand who's going to be there or not. So let me go ahead and do that for you guys right now. Right here, let me go ahead and make this bigger for you. So Group A is Anthony Duclair, Thomas Borlow, Ryan Carpenter, Jacob Peterson, Tanner Kaspick, Scott Sabourin, Kevin Labanc, Connor McEachern, Daniil Gushkin, Anthony Vincent, Alexander Barabanov. The defense is Matt Benning, Jacob McDonald, Luka Cagnoni, Radim Shimmick, Jake Furlong, Nikolai Knizhov, and then goalies are Mason Beaupit and Capo Kakinen. So again, you could see this shows the Saturday, September 23rd kind of groups and what they're going to be doing. So 9 a.m. Group C practice. 9:50 is the Group C versus Group A scrimmage at Tech CU. From 11 a.m. To basically 12 is Group A practice. And then from 12 on, I think it went to like around 1 o'clock today, was Group B practice, all at Sharks Ice. But that being said, I'm going to go back to that. And then I wanted to kind of get into, what players did well in Group A. So the people that I really noticed was Luke Cunnin, William Eklund, and Tristan Robbins. These players really did well within the first drill, and really just kind of all of the drills, but really the first drill, they showed promise there. It was kind of a neutral zone entry drill. So they're kind of coming from like the middle of the ice and they're trying to gain entry into the past the blue line into the offensive zone. And they were really quick through the neutral zone, each of these players, and they gained the offensive zone very well. By the looks of things from, any of the other players, I felt like those three were the best at that drill, which was really good to see. Then you kind of got into, and then after they got gained the neutral zone, and they actually, after they gained the offensive blue line, they made it where they kind of did almost a 2-on-1 type of play where they kind of passed back and forth, and then whoever got the shot on goal of the offensive player was the one that kind of got rewarded with it, because really it was really a 2-on-0. But Eklund, Robbins, and Cunnin did the best in that drill. Then the second drill, it was kind of a dump into the D zone where the D men, had to go, chase after the puck and make a good outlet pass while the offensive pressured them into making like a tough play. Just like looking into like a regular game, and where you want to see them really crash hard and try to create a turnover. It was really nice to see that they do that on a daily basis. So I felt like a couple people stood out in that one, and those were the players again that stood out in that drill. Then once there was a turnover or a good breakout, they would then pass the puck back to the blue line and make sure the offensive players are all onside. And then once they gained the offensive zone again, they then presented another 2-on-1 scenario and had to make better passes, which was cool to see. The guys that did well in that drill are, again, Cunnin, whose shot was just on all day. He was just making shot after shot in team drills, which was nice to see. And then I thought Eklund really did well in the 2-on-1s. He kind of had a couple nice one-timers from the side of the net, almost to where you would see somebody setting up on the power play, which was really nice to see. But yeah, that was it for Group B. I'm sorry, Group A in terms of the practice. So once they were done with the practice, they kind of headed over to the Tech CU for a scrimmage against Group C. And I felt the game was very, spirited and fast-paced, I should say. And I thought both sides showed up really well in the game. So getting into like the scrimmage a little bit more, the pairings were very scattered, I would say. There was constant rotation between the centers. And I felt like some of the wingers kind of stayed the same. But then like the bottom like mix of guys were kind of interchanging in terms of also the wingers. But really the ones that kind of stayed together was Barabanov and Duclair on the offensive side, and Gushkin and LeBanc. And then really the defensive pairings I thought stayed pretty similar, which was Vlasic, Mukhamadullin, Thuran Ruta, Kanija, Benning, Shimmick, McDonald, and Cagnoni Furlong. So getting right into kind of like honing in on Group A again for the standout players during the scrimmage that I noticed a lot was Anthony Duclair. He really has another burst of speed that more than most guys out on the rink. And it's really noticeable. And I think Sharks fans are going to really see it in preseason on TV because, I mean, his strides are quick, but hard. I don't know if hard's the way to put it, but he gets into the defense really quickly, and it's really nice to see. And then Duclair also knows how to like support puck play and knows, when the puck carrier is going to get pressured. So, if Duclair's is not having the puck and another player kind of gains offensive zone entry, you're going to see Duclair kind of come behind him. And if he loses the puck along the boards, he's there to get it. Or if the puck carrier is getting pressured too hard, the puck carrier could just really nudge it backwards to Duclair, and he's there to support. And it allows them to keep the puck in the zone a lot longer. And instead of losing the puck or rimming the puck all the way around, he's kind of right there and wanting the puck. And I feel that I see that with really good players. They do this really small, I would say, tactic. I don't know if he learned that in Florida or where he learned this from, but I don't really see too many Sharks players do this. And it was really a good sight to see. And you could kind of tell he has instincts in the offensive zone. Let's see here. Also, he did score in the scrimmage, and he did it quite nicely. And I wanted to show you guys how he did that. So let me go ahead and throw that on for you. Okay. So he got a breakaway because he took a penalty from Vlasic on the other end of the rink, and Vlasic kind of tripped him. and they start on this breakaway now. Let me go ahead and back up for you guys. They start on this breakaway, and he has them chase the puck. They've been doing this on the scrimmages a lot lately. It's either scrimmages or even in practice they do it. They allow them to kind of to chase the puck and want them to feel pressure like they're on a breakaway instead of in a shootout mentality, which is totally fine with me. I like how they're doing that. I feel that it could be like more of a game time scenario, and it's kind of cool to see. But Duclair, just a standout player in the scrimmage. He really even did good in practice, to be honest. I didn't put him in there, but he really did well in practice as well. Another player that stood out again is Barabanov. He probably was one of the best people on the ice, just like Duclair, but he was he might have been even better than Duclair today. He just had the puck on his stick all game long. He supported play. He had a ton of shots on net. But he knows how to win those board battles with the best of them. I mean, he was constantly winning the board battle and coming out with the puck. And then not only coming out with the puck, but then getting it to the right person. And then if the right person that he passed it to either A, lost it, or B, passed it, it was right back on Barabanov's stick again. It was really cool to see. The puck just found him all game long. And I really enjoyed his play. He's speedy. He's powerful. This player needs to be re-signed by Mike Grier, quickly, because we're going to have to, the more that he's going to show what he has this offseason, or this either offseason, but also in season, it's going to up his value tremendously. And I'm a little scared to say that, he might be getting a huge contract at the end of the season. And I hope the Sharks can retain this guy, because he clearly is always the best player on the rink, night in and night out. And hope Grierzy can lock him up for the future. Let's see here. They were pretty much line mates. So Duclair and Barabanov were pretty much line mates all camp long. And also he was, again, today's, they never left each other's line. So you might see them moving in the preseason and seeing how they work together. But you could tell that they're really building chemistry, and that's really good to see. Some other notables were Kevin Labanc was really good offensively and defensively in both practice and scrimmage. I really look forward to seeing what Kevin Labanc has to offer in these preseason games, because I really think he's had a good camp. I think that Kevin Labanc's future really resides on him doing well in these preseason games in terms of is he going to make the NHL squad? I think he does. If not, he might be a healthy scratch for the first couple of games. He'll get in, but he's looked good so far. Next, I have Vincent. He's just a pest to play against. I can tell, as he works hard every shift, and he reminds me of that grinder style of game where he's just in your face and making life miserable on whoever he plays against. He's not the most skilled guy, but he works hard. So he was also noticeable in practice, not as much in the scrimmage, but you could tell in the scrimmage he was, really fighting for position. Didn't get rewarded, but was working hard out there. Some people that didn't or weren't as noticeable was McEachern. This guy, he got hurt in the scrimmage, so you didn't really see him there because he got kind of hurt like towards the middle half of the first period. But he really wasn't also that noticeable in practice either. He didn't really like show me like what offensive capabilities he had, or he didn't show me physical toughness. So I just wonder, what's still there. But he might be kind of, lost in training camp early here. Then you got Ryan Carpenter. He didn't wow me for, wanting to make a fourth line NHL spot. He doesn't have that offensive upside anymore. I don't think. He's kind of a little bit slower than he was when he was with the Las Vegas Golden Knights when they made that playoff run and he was on that fourth line. He didn't show me that, but I hope that he could prove it in the preseason and maybe somehow he can make the NHL's fourth line. But I do think he's going to be just an AHL guy this year, and he's going to teach these young guys in the AHL how to be a pro. Then you got Kaspick. He seemed not to make any friends with his style of play, trying to be physical with every shift, but more just being annoying than anything, to be honest. I seen him, rub a couple players the wrong way. They weren't too happy about, some awkward hits that he made in front of the net. But yeah, it didn't wow me. Lastly, I saw Furlong. He didn't have the best of scrimmage as he has a terrible time just kind of getting out of his own zone. He keeps turning the puck over for some reason. And, I was really looking forward to seeing, Furlong's progression in training camp, as he didn't have the best second half of the rookie face-off tournament. He kept turning the puck over in his own zone. Great offensive instincts, but again, you got to be solid defensively, and he was not. And again, he was not in this scrimmage as well. So if he wants to kind of make an AHL roster, even he's going to have to improve that side of his game. It's when he has pressure on him and like a forechecker is really pressuring him hard, he tends to like mess up his pass, which when he has time, he's great. But I mean, I feel like every player should be that. Anyways, he has talent, but we'll kind of see what he has to offer moving forward. But yeah, that's it for me. That's my breakdown on day 3 of San Jose Sharks training camp. I hope you guys enjoyed this breakdown, and if you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. My name is Jacob Boyd, and I am with Hello Sharks fans. Peace.